A kid shows up with a dog, a monkey, and a pheasant. Sails to an island inhabited by brutish Oni, and with skill, teamwork, and just a little bit of protagonistic gumption, slays the Oni, returns that which the Oni had taken from the people, and lives on as friends with snacks. That is Momotaro. But our story starts before that exciting conclusion. You see, an old woodcutter goes into the forest to cut down kindling, and his aging wife sits at the riverside washing clothes, as was the style at the time. As she sits there, though, the foam of the soap churning the water, something caught her eye. A massive peach rolls down the river toward where she is sitting. Impressed and thankful for such a bounteous treat, the woman yells for her husband. As he comes, they gather up the massive peach and take it back home, alongside their finished laundry and chopped wood. Sitting at the table, no knife in the house could split the peach, so of course the old woodcutter grabs his axe and swings it. Wait, I swear I've heard this before. I'm just imagining something. Anyway, as the axe head is raised to strike, the fruit splits open. In some tellings, it's as the woodcutter cuts into it. Either way, a boy sits there where the solid core of the stone fruit would be. A child, small and seemingly wise, as he states that he had been a godsend to these old folk, a gift child to them. Wait, so the kid gets sent to people without children. Man, I'm getting a weird case of deja vu. Anyway, the child lives among the woodcutter and his wife for some time. During that, all sorts of weird things happen. He can cut down trees with dull knives, and he's just kind of better at doing most things than people around him. But all was not sunshine and rainbows, I'm afraid. As off the coast sat an island. An island where brutish, slovenly, battle-hungry, conquering Oni lived. For those of you unaware, Oni, for lack of a better term, are like ogres. Their names is something more convoluted as that. Depending on where you know them from, they might also be called demons. It gets kind of murky in that regard. Kind of like yokai, but we've talked enough about that for a while, so let's just get back to the story. This island of bad news is sitting right off the coast, and raids by the Oni have begun to dogpile upon the poor people of the land. They are losing their crops, their wealth, and their heirlooms their families had had for generations, thanks to the sheer greed, might, and ferocity of these ogres. Momotaro, fledgling hero and superhuman that he is, steps up to the plate and one day decides that just won't do. So his mother, that kindly old woman who found the peach, gives him a pouch containing kibi dango. They're like little dumplings made out of millet flour, and sends him on his way. As he ventures, he comes upon 3 beasts. Variants in which order they meet kinda comes and goes, but the 3 animals remain the same. A dog, a monkey, and a pheasant. Man, I'm getting the worst case of deja vu again. Regardless, all 3 of these animals speak language, just like people, and through conversation and sharing of the kibidango, Momotaro and his new companions make their way to the island of Onigashima. Once there, they see the fortress of the Oni, and here is where the unique traits of those animal companions come in handy. The dog is loyal and courageous, and capable of watching Momotaro's back. The monkey has wits, agility, and thumbs, essentially making him a second person that can manipulate and move things to aid for ease of access and to fight. And the pheasant can fly, looking for adversaries, staying out of harm's way, and providing a bird's eye view of the island stronghold. With this information in mind, our band of heroes make their way into Onigashima and absolutely devastate what should be an imposing force of Oni. Through clever strategy, teamwork, and that aforementioned protagonistic gumption, they win the day, bringing back all that was taken by the Oni and finding a few other things to satisfy themselves. Among these things they keep as a testament to their achievement is a little hammer, the Uchide no Kozuchi, a hammer that when swung summons what the swinger desires, and several other pieces of magical items that provide invisibility, allow for walking on water. Okay, I swear I've seen that one somewhere. Obviously, the through line of this video is that Momotaro is kind of a trope machine. He's another instance of the basket child, the kind of through line, the trope, as it were, that we find in the story of Moses, Karna, and Horus. These people that are cast away down a river to find a better life or to aid someone in need. And while Moses seems to be the primary basis for the Superman that we all know and love, Son Goku's own origins from Dragon Ball Z probably tie back to Momotaro, at least to an extent. Additionally, if you couldn't tell alongside all these tropes, the story of Momotaro is kind of just a proto-shonen story. A strong leader goes out into the world, makes friends that he can trust, and goes on to fight an impossible foe with the power of friendship. And as a dork that loved his Saturday morning shonen growing up and his classic JRPGs, I kind of find it cool that the shonen hero archetype has been around so long. And I'm glad I could share the story with you all, if you didn't already know it, and maybe if you did. As always, thanks for watching. Stay hydrated and be good people.